Relocating and renovating an old farmhouse was supposed to save us time. Instead, it became one of the most difficult seasons of our lives.
It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
After everything it took to get this house on site, and stripping it to give it a fresh slate, through the worst natural disaster in Hawke's Bay in over a century, it was finally time to start putting it back together. But this part was a whole different challenge. Slow, expensive, and way bigger than we expected. All the while our family was still living in the pole barn, waiting for this place to become a home. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and at times it felt like it might never end. In this video, we take on the hardest part of the journey so far, trying to bring this house back to life, even when it felt like we couldn't keep going. We got the whole crew, and Dane, he's here too, and we're just about to put this beam in that's going to straighten up the ceiling line. And the cool thing is we get to use a very special beam. This is a kakatea beam that's actually been milled from our own tree. I cannot emphasize enough how awesome it was to have these guys help. Guy, Joel, and the Dans. And then Judah, a good friend and farmer from up the road, came and joined us too. Incredibly generous with their time and absolute legends.
So we plan to modify this layout to suit our family a bit better. Starting with the old kitchen, we're going to divide this room into a bedroom and also the laundry. Bedroom number 5 is going to be split into the main bathroom and also the ensuite for the master bedroom below. The old laundry, bathroom and storage was removed during the relocation as it was too large to fit. Instead, we'll be replacing that area with a mudroom. We will definitely be needing one of those. This bathroom was also removed during the relocation, and bedroom 6 here is going to become a dining area, as well as a study and the pantry to the kitchen. The lounge here is going to become the kitchen right in the heart of the home. This is going to open up the whole center of the home and look right out to the view through big sliding doors. The old dining room will become the lounge, super cozy with a fireplace in the corner. We're going for a rustic farmhouse look. We want this home to look like it was an original homestead on this property, even though we've just brought it here. Wherever possible, we're using recycled timber and also timber from our property. We're on a tight budget, but we also love keeping things out of the landfill. So where we can, we are recycling, buying secondhand, and restoring.
So we're loading the trailer full of timber for our doors. So we're creating solid timber doors out of matai timber we've actually milled from our own site. Dead standing trees. So just loading it full. Taking it to a carpenter who is going to craft them all into doors for us. So clearly and you probably yeah, I could have told you that. But clearly I destroyed, the cage on my trailer. It wasn't built for high loads like that, more for containing things. But I've done it before and it was fine. But this was clearly a bit too much weight. So what are we going to do? We're just going to have to...
a load of scrap metal.
So we're going to remove it all and restack it so it's not dragging along the ground. This is going to look mean. What's that? Pretty heavy.
They'll be heavy.
Yeah, bro, they will. Jackson Flaxon. He's come all the way from Levin for a few days, actually a week. I need him for a week. And we've got Judah as well, and we are working on the cladding.
Restoring the weatherboard was one of the most fiddly and frustrating parts of this project for Luke. The weather wasn't always playing ball, and due to not having spouting on the roof yet, there was always mud right around the perimeter of the house, and it was brutal. Also so grateful for Dave and Judah's help on this.
Went to check on the sheep, and they're not looking so fresh. Morning, boys. All go. Just as we've sorted out this roof, starting to just prepare all the inside, just make sure everything is all set for the jib stoppers coming in 2 weeks. We're getting there. Again, we've had Guy and Joel come from Christchurch to give us a hand with this, and yeah, we're getting a lot done in that time, so that is a massive blessing. We're just going to head over for some breakfast. It's a nice time of morning. Smell of coffee, noise of cheeky kids. Corbin, where are you? Shake the branch. Oh my goodness. Yep. So we've just picked up the doors and they are looking stunning. Ryan has done a fantastic job. Real rustic. The bug is filled in with black filler. Now, there were two main ways that we could double glaze all of our windows and doors. We could either just replace them with new aluminium frames and double glazing, or we could router out our current sashes and then insert double glazing into them. The beauty of doing it this way, we retain the current character while also having incredibly high performing timber frames. And Ryan and I, we can do it by ourselves. Now, where they split the house in half, they had to cut the floor. And this is what I'm tidying up. Eventually, you'll never know. Now, this was one of those stressful moments, putting the septic tank in. Everything was working against us and we got the truck stuck. Thankfully, we had the tractor, we could pull it out, and eventually we lowered it in. It's all go currently because we've just had the inspector here. While the inspector was inspecting, the jib turned up, all the glazing is in and looking really good. Nearly all sealed up. Jib's going up. Insulation has been finished off. And Steve has come. My good mate.
How's it going?
Finally, the jib is all on. Man, was that a crazy time. Luke was juggling work, and every evening was done at the house. Every early morning was done at the house. He put in so many long hours, and we really underestimated what it would take to get this project done.
At the end of this week, we will have this whole house painted, undercoated, final coats on.
Wow!
So it's been a big trip to Wellington, picking up something pretty special. The kitchen. So this is all solid Remu. It's all been recycled, so it's probably come from weatherboards or something like that. Now thankfully I'm not needing to build this kitchen from scratch. That would have been far exceeding my capabilities at the time. We had so much framing timber that was also Remu left over that I was able to kind of make things work and piece it all together, and it came together incredibly well. What is so neat is taking a piece of rough timber like that and creating something beautiful out of it. All planed up. Little did I know, all these joinery skills that I was developing over this time, they were going to pay off in the future. Now I can only imagine how much this would be costing me if I was getting a builder in to do all this. It would be insane. It's getting better and better as I begin to piece this together. Finally, all of the sanding and the finishing is beginning to pay off, and man, I love the look. Finished the kitchen, now on to the floors. I don't have to do this alone though. We've got Blake lending a hand, he's on his holiday break, and he is a super hard worker. Well, here I am, day 7, I think it is, of floor sanding. Oh, it is a mish. Jackson, my little brother, who's a qualified builder, was doing all of the finishing architrave bits, and he did an excellent job while we machined up all of the architraves and skirting boards. These are actually weather boards recycled from a shed, and then we purchased a little bit more to make up the difference in the planing, sanding and trimming into size. I had to capture this. This is my boy Corbin cutting down a thistle double his size. Felled it, milled it, stacked it, and now these are going to become our door frames. So we're about to put the first coat on the floors. This will be a primer coat. Got this on the tractor because I've got to put it on the trailer, and tomorrow morning I'm taking it in to get these capped off. I didn't pay the world for it. I paid $500 for this and the rear bench top second hand. As I was carting it, the waterfall ends fell off and smashed on like a $10,000 bench top that I only paid like $500 for. So it wasn't that bad, but it means that I've got to fix this, then it will become usable again. Now, this was a bit of a fiddly job. Late into the night, Jackson and I were smashing out these tiles. First time doing any tiling, and pretty stoked. Mud room is done.
It's all crooked.
It wasn't crooked, by the way. It was mint. So time really is shooting by, and the time that it's taken to pull this off far exceeded any imagination that I ever had on this build. I remember sharing early on that the reason why we were choosing to relocate a house was partly because of the time it would take to build. Now, I suspect that it's also, the level of finishing that we've had. I mean, it is all stunning native planed back timber, and that probably hasn't helped. I gotta say, I've spent hours just laying awake at night kind of thinking this is way blown out, not only financially but also when it comes to just the time frame. I can't afford to spend the time on this that I'm spending, but at the same time I got to get my family in here. We're already a few months into this year, and it has been like 16 months in the pole barn. That is a lot of time, and so I've just got to knuckle down and do it. So onto all of the wardrobe doors. For this, I'm just using straight MDF, and I'm building them from scratch, routering out grooves and then fixing on the rails and stiles. Such a quick, simple and easy way to build a door. Lined them all up and painted them. You'd actually never know that these were MDF. They turned out solid as. This is a Rayburn 355. It will heat our hot water, cook our food, and heat our house. I absolutely loved spraying this house. The preparation was grueling, but once the prep was done, the spraying took no time. The transformation was incredible. It tied it all together and made it look like a real home. Joshy squash. It has been hard yakka. I am coming to my wits' end. You know, it's just like, it's really lame working by yourself on a project like this. And I have been really blessed to have Judah come out and help me paint the house, and also Blake from up the road. He's been giving us a hand, and it's mentally and physically draining, and I feel as though I'm just caught in a bit of a rut. You know, I'm hanging on for dear life to my renovation clothes because I don't want to get anything else painted.
Guy came all the way up from Christchurch a third time, along with Zane, and the two of them worked super long hours to get our plumbing sorted. We were absolutely blown away by the Gillespie family and Zane's generosity with their time. And then Darren came and completed the electrical. We would not have been able to pull this off without them.
This build took me back to my childhood. Swimming training. Holding your breath, pushing as far as you could go underwater. I remember that feeling, your chest tightening, your mind telling you you're done, like you're not going to make it. It's flooding. I knew it would flood. Darren, he's pushing to get the lights on. I was pushing to get a lot of the plumbing done, but working under the house in water, just miserable. But I learnt something in those moments. If you stay calm, slow your heart rate, and you just keep going, you can push far past what you initially thought was your limit. Goodness. We have now got a flushing toilet. We're just currently eating soup, celebrating the fact that we are not far away from moving into the house, and the kids are going, oh my goodness. We may move in next week. We'll see how things go.
I'm so excited.
You're excited too there, Joshy?
Yeah.
And this build felt exactly like that. There were times where money was low, the work felt endless, and honestly, it felt like we were drowning. But we kept going, one step at a time. How you feeling there, Jess?
Like a dream? Like it's, how can it actually happen after all this time? Is it real? Is it real? Yes.
And somehow, we made it through. And now, looking back, it's kind of hard to believe how far we've come. After all of those months in the pole barn, the stress of this renovation, the kids now have their own rooms. Jess has her dream kitchen. And I have the satisfaction of seeing my family in a beautiful, warm home. Thank you, Jesus, for getting me through this. Hey guys, just on behalf of the whole Collis family, I just want to stop and say a massive thank you to every single person who made this build possible.
Absolutely, there are too many of you to name, but in so many ways you've all contributed so much. Time, baking, advice, wisdom, spare timber, whatever it was. We are so grateful to all of you who made it possible.
And one day we're going to have the most epic housewarming here once we've built our deck. But until then,
That'll be
thank you
another
so
video.
much.
See
Till
you in
next
future
time,
videos.
guys, on Family on the Whenua. Later.